Okay, we are good to go now. We have so much to talk about, people. Oh man, what a weekend of boxing it's been. You know, this I think has been definitely, as far as I'm concerned, the best weekend of boxing this year. Apart from maybe, I think Big Dan said it as well, maybe from Fury Wilder. Other than that weekend, this has been like it's just been like normal for boxing. You know, we've had fans. Well, not well. We've had some fans. Let's turn that down. We've had some fans back in the arenas. We've had plenty of fights on this weekend. It's been good. You know, it's been nice to get boxing back. We've got so much to talk about. Oh my sweet Lord, we have so much to talk about. Let's talk about boxing episode 10. Both Charlos, both Charlos fought this weekend. I mean, man, that Derevchenko fight. I'm thinking about going and watching it again. It was a great fight. I mean, Jamal ticked so many boxes. Yeah, that's the hardest part is getting those. I always end up saying the wrong name, but Jamal, great win over Derevchenko, done a better job than Triple G, as far as I'm concerned, and had some issues in there, but early on, that I thought he was going to shut him out early on. Seriously, he was just boxing on the back foot, boxing beautifully, hurt the Derevchenko, done everything, and then the Derevchenko just battled back. The man's made a steal, that guy. But I do wonder if the Derevchenko could go down to 154 pounds, because I couldn't get over how small he was compared to Charlo. And Charlo was the guy who originally started at 154. I was thinking, oh my God, if this guy could go down to 154, he could be a serious player. I want to give some shout outs. Big Dan, what a effing night. What a night. Now we'll say F, we'll say fuck it. We're in the stream. We can let our hairs down on the stream a bit. Yeah, oh man. I didn't stay up for it because I was absolutely, by the end of the evening last night, when I got the Taylor fight done, I was knackered. I was debating whether to stay up, and I was just knackered. I couldn't do it. So I said, right, I'll get up early and watch them before I go to the gym. Visual takes, as always, in the streams. Happy Sunday. Shout out, G-Man. Hope you're well, too. If you're working this evening, I hope I'm getting you through whatever you need to get through, because you're normally always working whatever you're in these streams. And I got a big, man, appreciate the super chat, bro. I do appreciate it. Shout out to Mark, Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. Man, you were absolutely killing it last night. Killing it with the content, with the streams. It was, man, you said to me, you set yourself a goal of 4K by at the end of the year. Man, if you keep doing content like that, you're going to hit that in no time. My goal is 3K by the end of the year. But if I get more, then it's all well and good. It's all well and good. But man, that was just so much fun. Last night was great. Being able to wake up and have these good fights, getting ready to go, is just, man, it's a treat. So yeah, I thought last night was it was like, this is how boxing should be. This is how boxing should be, and this is how it should be moving forward. We just get the fights on regardless. We also got Filip Hrgović, who fought last night. The guy was garbage who he fought, but it was a nice highlight reel knockout for Hrgović. And obviously with Tony Yoka, who just blasted Johan Duhaupas out in a round. I mean, I didn't see that coming. At all. So, that was great fun. Wow, man. Boxing is back. But I want to talk about Jonriel Casimero. I mean, that guy I gave him not enough credit in the past, because I just thought he looked very, especially when he was down at the lighter weights, I thought he looked really, really crude, and that there was nothing really about him that really jumped out at me other than the fact he can punch a bit. But damn, he's proven me wrong. He is heavy-handed as hell. He's a serious fighter, that guy. Having said all that, I do still think that when he meets Naoya Inoue, if they fight, that it's probably going to be, I think he's just defensively a little bit too flawed. He's going to come straight at Naoya Inoue. He's going to try and exchange with him. Naoya Inoue, I think, will be able to deal with Jonriel Casimero. Oh, no, do I? How is that? How's that now? Let me know how that is. Fuck's sake, man. I wish I'd known that. How is that now? Let me know. I think I have this playing in the background, and I think I had the mic not muted on both ends. Let me know how that is now, Mark. Fuck's sake. That's the first like 5 minutes of the stream was wasted. That's it. Yep. Well, no. Look, we'll get through it. We got Justin in the chat. Okay. Wow. they're going to build the Charlos into pay-per-view guys now. Let's hope the cards are headline consistently as good as this. The whole card was good from start to finish. Man, it was. And yeah, they are going to build both Charlos into pay-per-view stars. I don't know what Jamel is going to do. Jamel. Whether he's going to move up in weight now or whether they're going to go after that Hurt fight, because that Hurt fight was big. Well, not big, but that Hurt fight was something that people were interested in 2 years ago. Well, I was never interested. I always thought Jamel would beat the crap out of Hurt, truth be told. But I was never interested in that fight. Never interested at all in it. They're probably going to try and do something like that now if he stays at 154. I would imagine maybe they try and get J-Rock in there. But with Jamel, God, what are they going to try and do? He could be undisputed at 154. You know, he could be undisputed at 154. Whereas Jamal, I would love to see him versus, although it's going to be hard to make it, I'd love to see him against Demetrius Andre. I think that is going to be good. That'd be a good fight. I don't know who I pick in that fight. Demetrius Andre versus Jamal Charlo. That'd be a good fight, because before I would have said I picked Demetrius Andre to win. That's what I would have always said. Demetrius Andre win that fight. But now I'm kind of a bit unsure. Now I'm going back and forth as to who I think will win that fight, because a lot of boxes got ticked. Seriously, a lot of boxes got ticked by Jamal Charlo in that fight. So I'm not sure who I pick now at that stage. I'm not sure who I pick. It's fine for you. Yeah, no, I had audio running in the background, so the mic was picking up both waves, and obviously I can't listen to it, so I didn't know that was happening. So apologies if the first few minutes were a bit choppy, but it should be good to go now. One thing they need to change is how long the intermissions are. It ended at 7 a.m. Was it meant to end at that time, or did it keep going? Because I think I checked. Like, I woke up at like 5 in the morning. I just woke up. Generally woke up at 5 in the morning. I know Jamal had already fought. Jamal had already fought, and we're still waiting on Jamal. So that was how that was going. We got Boxing Sauce in the chat. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Yes, brother. Yes. Sunday live streams. Oh, it should have been over at 4 a.m. Oh, right. Should have been over at 4 a.m. Yeah, I thought it would be, because they had that. They had Jamal done at something like, I think, what was it, 5 a.m. that was done at, and we were still waiting on the final fight. So yeah, it should have been over at 4 a.m. Man, I will never forget staying up for that Canelo Kovalev fight last year and going to bed absolutely with like eyes rolled in the back of my head, because they made us stay up an extra goddamn hour so Jorge Masvidal could have his fight. That was some BS. Champ Ross, sup fellas, sup Champ Ross, shout out to you. Sup Big Dan and Rival Boxing Talk. They pissed me off. They drag on. It should have ended at 5:30 like they advertised. Yeah, that's the one thing. You see, I think someone said it in one of your streams the other night, Mark. People don't understand. Seriously, they don't understand how hard it is for us over here in Europe when these fights are on in the States. Because seriously, we're staying up till sometimes stupid o'clock in the morning, and people in America can just be like, yeah, this fight's on at 11. That's late. It's not late for you. It's late for us. It's a pain in the arse for us. That was why I loved it when they had the AJ card in Saudi Arabia. That card was done and all by 9 o'clock. So literally, you could have, I don't think I went on the night out that night, but that card was finished and all 9 o'clock in the evening. It was like grand. I have the whole evening now where I can just do what I want. I think I ended up streaming that night, but they're the best kind of cards when they're over there. You started content at 9 p.m., finished at, oh man, that is bad. That to me, right, doing that, staying up for like the long haul to watch these fights, or staying up just the long haul in general, is fine if you're like, you don't plan on it. Like, when you do an all-nighter for like a night out or something like that. So that's fine. When you do that, that's fine. But when you're doing it like this, where you kind of, you have to, it's just such a pain in the arse. It really is. Man, it's just such a fucking pain. That's why I'm selective with when I stay up late and all to cover these fights. I probably will do, no, I'll definitely do Teofimo versus Loma. That's a given. I'll definitely do that one. But for some of the other ones, like, I'll tell you one thing, Brooke Crawford, no, that's a next day job. That's a sleep that Saturday and do it in the morning. That's definitely a next day job. Justin has Ramirez beating Taylor. I don't. Definitely not. I think Ramirez is better than people give him credit for, but in terms of him beating Taylor, I don't see that done at all. I don't see that happening at all. Where was it? Where was that? Jamal was done at 2:45. Fuck, man, really? That early? Jesus. I actually thought I was only catching the end of his fight when I turned on BoxRec to check the stats and check that. As soon as I done that, I went straight onto a cracking website and found out that Jamal hadn't even fought yet. So it was like, what the fuck? I was like, fuck that. It's like, you started at 9 and oh man. Big Dan, do you know I was on my way out the door at 9 a.m. this morning going to the gym when you were finishing that card? That is bad. That's bullshit. You thought Congo was going to KO Josh Taylor? Yeah, man, that was an anticlimax if ever I saw one. Taylor did say he was heavy-handed, but geez, that ribcage was some weak stuff. Taylor looking good, man. I wanted to see, I know Mark won't agree with me on this, but I wanted to see what he was like with Ben Davison in the corner. I wanted to see what Ben Davison's influence would be like. I know Mark was kind of thinking like, no, Ben Davison is no use. But I would have liked to just to see the advice he would have given Mark more so than anything else. Hashman boxing, Jamal's jab is quality. Yeah, that jab was perfect. That jab was brilliant in that fight. For those first 3 rounds against Derevchenko, when I watched him this morning, I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit. This guy, when I saw like the 118, 110 scorecard, I was like, man, this guy's going to give Derevchenko a schooling. Seriously, that's what I was thinking. I was just like, this guy's going to give him a schooling. How many people actually, before I say anything, how many people we have in the chat right now? We have 21 in the chat. So if you could, people, please smash the like button if you can. Really appreciate that. But back to Dan's question. Yeah, that Jamal was beautiful fight. Great fight. It was the early one. You see, that's the problem. I would have watched that and I would have been like, right, I got the fight I wanted to see and I would have fallen asleep probably after that. But man, that fight was, when I watched this morning, I was thinking, right, I already knew the outcome before I watched it, right? I already knew the outcome of the fight, but I was thinking, right, let's see, was this a close competitive fight and it was competitive, don't get me wrong, but Jamal, to me, won the fight. I had an 8-4 for Jamal, but I was watching, I was like, damn, he is seriously, he is ticking so many boxes. His punching power at middleweight is something I've questioned, but it's not terrible punching power, not a chance. And his back foot game, his box on the back foot, his inside game, which I always said Jamal had a good inside game. His uppercuts are fantastic. You know, they really are. Like, look at the one he knocked out J-Rock with. His uppercuts are fantastic. 116, 120. Yeah, I think one judge had it like that. You could have maybe given another round in there to Derevchenko, but as far as I was concerned, the right man won. That there was no doubt in the right man won. Big up every single time. I saw another comment in there earlier, which I want to, yeah, boom, there you go. Shout out to Richard Michaels, hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Of course. Can't have a stream without someone putting that in. Justin had it a draw. Okay. Definitely not. Couldn't even really make a case for it being a draw, truth be told. You don't like Jamal's left hook, hated actually way too wide and way over the telegraph. Yeah, he does throw a very wide left hook, but his uppercuts on the inside, they're peach of punches. They really are. But his jab I thought was brilliant. Like, it's such a stiff, like, he is going to have put it like this, right? If Jamal fights, I was thinking, yeah, Jamal fights Triple G, I'm going with Jamal. Seriously. If Jamal fights, they're probably not going to make that fight. They want to do Canelo. But if he ever did, I'd be going with Jamal. I'd be picking him to win that fight. Seriously. G-Man, I'm taking a survey from all content creators. Can I get your top 3 YouTube channels? Oh, Aaron Dingle. Oh, man. Top 3. Jesus, man. I don't actually think I could give you a top 3 because all the channels I watch, I like them all. There's like 7 channels that I'd religiously watch, and like I don't differentiate between them. So like I'd watch like Speaker Mind Sports. Obviously, I'd watch Unrivaled, Mark, as he knows. I'd watch Dell, I'd watch Hatman, Ade, you know, who else? I think I said, did I say D already? I'm sure I already did, but I'd watch guys like that. I'm trying to think. There's so many channels I watch, and I genuinely, this is not me trying to synthesize, so I like them all. So I don't know if I could even pick 3 and say like, these are the 3 I pick. I like them all. I really do. I really do. And I watch, like, see, there's other channels that I'm subscribed to who do YouTube videos as well. I wouldn't watch them as religiously as I'd watch these guys. So that's like asking. That is literally like if I had any kids saying which is my favorite kid. Seriously, that is kind of what it's like. Obviously, I don't have any kids, so that's not going to come. But damn, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. We got stiffer jab than Golovkin. It is a very stiff jab, Hashman boxing. Seriously good jab. That was horrendous. If you're going to give the fight to Jamal, give him a split decision. No, man. Not a chance. There was... No, man. I had a same as Hashman, 116, 112 all day. Maybe give it closer. Big Dan, you actually agree with Justin? You had it 6 foot. Really? Yeah, we watched it. I know sometimes when you watch it in like the light of day, like the first time, it can kind of, you can score it one way. Like I'll give you an example, right? And I hate admitting this, right? Because I did get influenced by the commentary team in this fight. When I watched Povetkin versus Hunter, originally I scored that fight to Povetkin. Even though I knew Michael Hunter was doing good things, I was letting the commentary, who were very pro Povetkin, I think it was the Zone I watched it on, they were really pro Povetkin. So I ended up giving rounds to Povetkin that I shouldn't have. It was only when I watched it without the commentary the next day, I was like, Michael Hunter won this fight. I don't even know what I was thinking. I was like, Michael Hunter won this fight. What the fuck was I even thinking? That chapter, Jim can't swim. It's rhyming there. Some big crime related channels. Oh jeez, I don't really know. No chance of split decision. Yeah, I didn't. I couldn't. Could I make a case of him winning? Not really. I thought if you were going to give it to anybody, you had to give it to Jamal Charlo. You just had to. He was the better fighter. He just done more of what he wanted to do. So yeah. I don't know what some people watch. It was a competitive bout, but Charlo was clearly the winner. Exactly. That's how I felt. I felt Charlo was clearly the winner, and that's how I saw it. That is literally how I seen it. You'd rather see the Obami, he's the French guy, versus Casimero, power speed, who wins? Winner fights a new way. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that myself, actually, to be honest with you. I know you have Donaire by stoppage. I think I would. Yeah, Hassman, I'd probably agree with you on that. I'd probably go with Donaire by stoppage. I would. I'd probably go with Donaire by stoppage. G-Man, what order do you rate these channels? Hatman, Boxing, Boxing Talk with Ade. I thought that was a different type. You spelled the talk strange. How would I rate them? The three of them. I would say Hatman, Ade, and then Richard Dwyer in that order. That's the way I'd rate that. Hatman, Ade, Richard Dwyer. I've been watching Hatman for years and years and years. So I probably would put Hatman as my number one channel. If someone said, who do I think is number one? I'd probably put Hatman number one. In that, I would say Ade and then Richard Dwyer. Shout out to Richard Dwyer. I do love his videos. It's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. I do love Richard Dwyer, I have to say. I do. Shout out to Richard Dwyer every time. Every time. You watched it on mute, never watched with the commentary. I don't know. I might have really got into it and I didn't have a clear vision of scoring. I'll rewatch it soon. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I always make a case to watch it without the commentary the next day. I know the commentary can be very influencing to you, like to you and me, as we've said with Povetkin. But I like, unless the commentary is like Sky, where it's so fucking pro a certain fighter, it's not even funny. Unless it's something like that, then yeah, I'm just like, no, fuck it, I'll just mute it. But the rest of the time, I'll normally watch it with the commentary on. I think like one time I watched it, I watched the muted commentary, was when I watched, and this is a woman's fight, was when I watched Rachel Ball versus Shannon Courtney. That was muted. I muted the shit out of that because I was getting so pissed off with how pro Shannon Courtney the team were, the Sky commentary team were. That's one of the few times where I watched the fight muted. And even then, I still scored at the Rachel Ball. So very rare do I mute fights. I watch them like in the code, watch them then and there like that. But yeah, I can see why you do that, Big Dan, and I do it the next day. I would normally do it the next day. Charlo's power is seriously. I wish Charlo. Talk about Jamel. Jamel Charlo definitely is power. He's only got like a 50% KO ratio, which is, he hits a lot harder than that. And Jamal, Jamal's always been a decent puncher. It's just when he moved to middleweight, I think that he's just finding it harder to get the stoppages on these guys just because they're bigger guys. So I think both Charlos have good punching power. And it's like I said in my post-fight review, right? Jamal, I've always felt Jamal is the better of the two. That's just my opinion. I just find that Jamal is just a little bit more rounded. But I think one of the reasons why people think Jamel is better at this stage is because when you look at Jamel, years back, he wasn't as good. He was having close decisions with Mark Rosian. He was, not knocking as many guys out, going the distance. But he's improved so much over the last few years that people are saying, wow, he's probably the better of the two. It's not even that he's the better of the two. It's just that he's improved way more than his brother has. His brother was already good. And not to say Jamel wasn't good. He was. But he's just improved way, way more. He's improved so much. How many's in the chat? 26 people in the chat. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone in the chat. If you could, please smash the like button. Let's get the likes going. Brian Newton, or Byron, I would say Byron Newton. You ever listen to Channel Boxing Beats and Rhymes? Yes, I do. I do listen to Beats. I listen to his live streams. I like Beats. He is one of the most knowledgeable guys about boxing you'll ever listen to. No, I do. I have a lot of time for Beats. I do like his channel as well. There's so many good channels. And when I done that video of my favorite channels in boxing, right? That video was like 17 minutes long. And truth be told, if I wanted to name every channel that I listen to and every channel that I think is good, that video would have been well over a half hour. And I just didn't want to upload a half-hour video because there's so many good channels. Look at Mini Me Boxing. He's got a good interview with I think one of Keith Thurman's sparring partners on his channel. He uploaded it the other day. Like, he does great stuff. So many good channels out there. So many of them. If you were to name them all, like, that video would take up so much of your time. So you had Banana rounds 2, 3, 4. Charlo rounds 1, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's it. And of course, wouldn't you? Yeah, Mini Max. Apologies. I always say Mini Me. I don't know why. Force a habit, Mark. Force a habit. He does put good content up, but it is Mini Max. So apologies if anyone's searching Mini Me. You'll just get the Austin Powers guy. Imagine Hatman on a podcast with Mark, the two talking about everything they know about boxing. I wonder which one would stop talking first if they. Oh man, that'd be so. Man, that'd be serious. That'd be fun. You were on UCTV's panel. Shout out to him as well for 7 hours. Was proper fucked after. Yeah, man, being on a panel for that long, like, I'd get tired. If I'm on, like, I'd get knackered after doing this on my own. Much less when I'm on a panel with guys. Like, so if I'm ever on Mark's channel or if I'm ever on Dee's channel, I'm freaking tired just being like talking for an hour. And like, I normally try and keep these Let's Talk About Boxings in around an hour. So I get freaking tired when I'm talking about them. You can imagine like how someone would be for 7 hours on a panel, man. And like, I think if I was to do like what Mark does sometimes when he's like, doing like live commentary on a fight or like a fan's perspective commentary on a fight, if it was going on like the way the Charlo card was, by the end of the night, I would literally probably be giving you like one word answers. I'd be like, yep, Charlo's using the jab, lands a right hand. And I'd probably be struggling. Seriously, I'd be struggling to stay awake. So I don't do them on those kind of cards because I seriously, even if I was on a panel, I'd be just struggling so much to stay awake. I apologize, I didn't mean to click on that again. Let's click on that. Charlo was hugging Banana all night. It made him pissed. You wanted to push Charlo. Yeah, Banana was. I think Banana was hurt by that fight, by the punch that put him down. But I think that the fight, I pretty much left him at that stage. I think that probably pretty much left him. You're thinking of starting live stream soon and just doing post-fight reviews and highlight videos at the moment. Man, I never even thought about doing live streams until like last year. Look at me now. I do at least once a week, if not twice a week. I flipping love doing these live streams. Love doing them. It's great just to get people in the chat and just have chats with all you guys. And just get you asking me questions. I love it. It's like, it's not even just for me. It's for you guys as well. So you can, come on in, join the chat. And just, I do a lot of these solo. I don't tend to get a panel on too much. More than welcome. Next time I do a stream, I'll get a panel on, actually. If Mark or Dale or D or anyone like that is around, or in the chat, or even you, Dan, if you want to jump on sometime. This one we're staying solo for the time being anyway, but I will get some panels on in future. Let's talk about boxing, because this is the 10th episode of it. I only started doing these like literally a couple of weeks ago, and the only reason I have the let's talk about boxing is because I could not think of what else to call it. I was thinking like, will we call it just the latest news or whatever? And I was like, fuck it. All I want to do is talk about boxing, so we'll call it that. And panel is on fire, man. We love the panel. I love that. It's the closest thing to like being like in a studio, if you think about it. Like when we're all in a panel and we're having a chat on this, it's literally like you're having your own like station or your own radio station or something like that. It's, or even not even that. It's like being in the pub, literally. And I was chatting to Ade on the phone this morning. It's me and him had a chat on WhatsApp, and he was saying like it's literally when you're on a panel like this and talk about this, it's like being down in the pub with your mates and just talking about boxing, just without the alcohol. That's literally what it's like when you get people on like this. And yeah, Hassman, definitely get streaming. Definitely get streaming. You know, I tune in every time. And yeah, man, I definitely get streaming every time. Got Buzzy Git, G-Man, how are you doing? Man, I'm fucking brilliant. Bro, I'm fucking brilliant. I have a short week this week as well, thank God. That's why I'm actually saying I have a short week this week so I can do a few more live streams during the day. Thank fuck, I'm only in until Wednesday this week. I'm not back in work then until the following Wednesday. It's my birthday on Wednesday, people. The big 2-7. I've got a stream. I'm gonna do a live stream for you actually on my birthday as well, just to get a chat in with you guys. So be doing that. But yeah, I'm fucking brilliant. Things are going well. I'm gonna bring up this right here and just tell you how well they're going, because where is it? Where did he leave that comment? Because someone commented on this earlier. I can't fucking find it now anyway. But anyway, nevertheless. But yeah, things have been going absolutely fucking brilliant lately. You know, they really have. They've just been they've just been going great. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. That's how good they've been going, bro. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Best saying ever. And Mark said, yeah, it should be there on Wednesday. Yeah, 27 on Wednesday. 27 on Wednesday. I was even thinking of bringing the camera on, because I can do these like face-to-face, these lives. I was even thinking of doing the camera face-to-face and for the one Wednesday. Sorry, I'll ask this question here. Herd versus Charlo. Charlo every day of the week. Man, Charlo every single day of the week. Jarrett Hurd is a man who was getting outboxed by Jason Wellborn. All right. Jarrett Hurd is terrible on the back foot. He comes forward with no defense. He just tries to bludgeon you to the ground. Oh, man. Charlo loves that kind of style. He loves people who just come at him and let him tee off. He will light Jarrett Hurd up. He'll stop him. He hits way harder than J-Rock as well. He will light Jarrett Hurd up. Oh, man, that is just tragic. That would be tragic. You think Charlo Lara next? Are they not still in the same camp? You know, I know Jamal was trained by Ronnie Shields at one stage. But Lara's seen better days. He beat Greg Vendetti in his last fight, but Greg Vendetti's no great shakes, seriously. So I'd be interested to see it. To be honest with you, I actually think that might be a bit more competitive, because I know Charlo doesn't like movers. Like, look at when he fought Austin Trout. He doesn't really tend to like movers, although Lara, as I said, he's seen better days. His legs aren't as quick. But I think that might be tricky for Charlo. I definitely don't think he'd stop Lara. But I think if this was the Lara of like 2014, 2015, then I'd give him a better chance. Yeah, Jamal is still with Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields, underrated trainer. Definitely an underrated trainer. Oh, Lara's under Salas now, is he? Oh, I thought he was still under Shields. Yeah, Ronnie Shields, Ishmael Salas. Ronnie Shields, definitely underrated trainer. Very underrated trainer. We got Pigeon Mike. Is this the real Pigeon Mike Tyson? We have to ask that question in some of these streams now. Seriously, that's how sad it's getting, that there are people making fake accounts. G-Man bringing the facts as always. Hashtag G-Man facts. That's what we say. We've got G-Man's Rocks, King of Rip Jeans, and now we've got hashtag G-Man facts. There we go. But yeah, man, you'll always get the facts out of me. And the thing is, right, you will always, I don't give a shit who it is. I just say it like it is. You know, I say it like it is. If People don't like it. And best believe I've pissed some people off with things I've said. I could give less of a shit if I piss you off. Not you especially, but like if you don't like my prediction or you don't like the way I'm thinking, all the more to you. But prove me wrong. Prove me the fuck wrong. And I say it like it is. I call it like I see it. That's what I got to say on that. Thoughts on Brooke Crawford? Good fight. It's a very good fight. If it's pay-per-view, I can't see it doing big numbers. In terms of I'd be more looking forward to like Loma and Tiafimo than I would be for Brooke Crawford, because I'm pretty sure I know the outcome. But Brooke would be very physical. He'd be probably the most physical guy Crawford has ever fought. He'd be one of the hardest punchers Crawford's ever fought, because Kell Brook can definitely crack with the right hand. Brooke, I don't see. Here's the thing, right? Brooke can say all he wants, the hunger is still there, and he can be in good shape. But when that fight gets tough, how hungry really will Kell Brook be? Because he's going to be in there with one of the best boxers pound for pound in the world. Terence Crawford, hell of a fighter. They're talking about having this fight in Omaha, potentially in Omaha with a small crowd. That will just add that. Like, even that fight in Paris where they had crowds, that was brilliant just for the atmosphere. I was so happy just to see. I actually didn't expect there'd be crowds in Paris, truth be told, when that fight was when I was watching that Yoka fight the other night. I thought it'd be behind closed doors, but there was actually a small crowd. I was so happy with that, man. It was I was like, yes, we're getting an atmosphere in here. Shout out to Big Boys Boxing. Go over, give his channel a subscribe if you haven't already. He puts up some good content. You actually got the Yoka fight on your channel on Friday, I saw, and I love the way you had the color scheme going on. That was sweet. So big up to Big Boys Boxing. Subscribe to him if you haven't already. Which Charlo? At least Hurd has volume. Oh, it'd be definitely Jamel Charlo versus Hurd. At least not sure if not sure if I like Jamel being so low output. Yeah, he can be a low output, but I think when you're coming at him, he'll light you up. He doesn't have to close Hurd down, and when Hurd is on the back foot, he looks very all over the shop on the back foot. He will lose a fight similar to how he lost before if he doesn't step up a bit. Oh, definitely. I think Jamel is the best at 154 as it stands right now. But do I think he, is going to dominate? No, I mean, I'm sure there's fighters up and coming and I'm sure there are fighters, even in the top 10 who'll be picking, maybe not pick over him, but who can beat him, definitely. I think that Tony Harrison fight I think it switched the light on for Jamel. And I think it gave Jamal a wake-up call as well, because I think he saw his brother lose. And he had a very close fight with Korobov that night. I remember that. And he was like, I'm sure he was thinking himself, like, oh, shit, I need to be careful as well. Lars Day's still far too long and tucks up. Oh, yeah, he does. But still, I definitely think that Charlo would win, definitely. But stopping Lara, depends how much heart Lara has, to be honest with you, still left, But I think he has enough. And this is the real pigeon Mike Tyson. We just had to make sure we got that in there. And we got Johnny Boy. Yo, shout out to Johnny Boy. Give his channel a like as well. I want to say, Tex Ricosta got knocked the fuck out. Big up Johnny Boy every single time, though. Big up. Glad you're in the chat. Glad all you guys are in the chat. We got 22 in it right now. Of course, as I said, if you haven't already, just smash the like button. But we got a good group of lads in here now. We got a good group of lads in the chat. Want to go back anytime, man. Anytime. Anytime, Johnny Boy. Do I watch UFC? I've said it once, I'll say it again, Rampage Ryan. I am a UFC casual. Yes, I do, but very, very rarely. I wouldn't religiously watch it. I'd watch like Khabib, Khabib, John Jones, DC versus Stipe, Miocic. I watched that fight. In terms of like religiously watching UFC, I have friends who religiously watch it and they know all the fighters, but I just never got into it. And I never got into it like I got into boxing. Never got into it like I got into boxing. Big Dan says, Burchell Vargas is on the same day as Bali versus Donaire. If I'm saying that name wrong, apologies. Oh, Burchell versus Vargas. Oh, Burchell will win that fight for me. Man, Vargas How old is Oscar Vargas? Because he is looking like a shot fighter, and I'm pretty sure he's younger than me. Oscar Valdez, I should say, not Vargas, Valdez. I'm pretty sure he's younger than me. He is looking like a shot fighter. No, sorry, he's older than me. He's 29. He's actually 30 in December. Man, Burchell will win that fight. He is a hell of a fighter. I think the plan is, right, and this is what I'm thinking, for Lomachenko to get through to Yefimo, which I think he will, and then I think he'll move down to super feather, and then he'll take on the winner of Burchell versus Valdez. And me and Eddie were talking about this on the phone today. We both think he'll call it a day after that. And I think Burchell is a tough fight. And I think Burchell will win, by the way. We got Daniel Gerard in the chat. Hello, G. Shout out to you. New subscriber, because I know you left that on one of my videos. New subscriber. Shout out every time. I love getting the new subscribers in. I do these chats for you. I do all these like live streams for the subs to get them in, get them involved, you know, have a chat, ask me some questions, talk about boxing. That's why it's called Let's Talk About Boxing. You know, we do these once a week, if not twice a week. And anytime, Johnny Boy, anytime. Don't worry, anytime. Shout out to Johnny Boy. Before you went, right? Shout out to Johnny Boy. Shout out to Big Dan. Hasban Boxing. These are all good guys. These are all seriously, seriously good guys. We got Pigeon Mike Tyson. Shout out to him. Big Boys Boxing every day. Go and see his channel. Of course, we got Mark Unrival Boxing. Shout out to all these guys. You know, all the regulars in these chats. You know, they all come in. They're all good bunch of lads. So shout out to all yous. And obviously shout out to St. Brit Sports as well. Evening, boys. Evening, lads. Man, it's been, like I said, it's been a hell of a weekend. It's been a hell of a weekend for boxing. We've seen good fights. We need more cards like the card that was on last night. Seriously, like when I looked at that card on paper, it was like, what the hell? Got the two Charlos, Daniel Roman, Lewis Neris, John Real Casimero. I was like, man, this is crazy. And Casimero, man, I cannot wait to see him against Inoue if and when that fight takes place. I think Inoue will win. But damn, Casimero, I was underestimating him for the longest time. Johnny says, I missed the Casimero fight. Taylor knocked out in the Dorticus fight because you went out golfing with my friends. Oh, man, golfing's fun. I love golfing too. Casimero beat the living crap out of that Duke. Mikael guy, I think is how you pronounce the guy's name. He beat the living crap out of him. I mean, he is so heavy-handed. I said in my post-fight review, he is one of those fighters where even though he was a big puncher at like Life Fly, he has carried the weight. He's carried the power super well through the weights. Seriously, he's carried it super well. He is a beast. You know, he is a beast of a fighter. Burchell could end Vasquez's career. Yeah, oh man. Oscar Valdez went life and death with Scott Quigg. Went life and death with him in that fight. Broken jaw, everything. Big Boys Boxing Facts. We got Rob in. What's up, G-Man, and the chat. Shout out to you, Rob. Shout out. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're all enjoying it. Let's see. We're seeing another question. It was up here somewhere. I forget. Oh, yeah. Jody thinks 154 is the weakest division. No, that's a bit unfair. There's some good guys at 154 as well. You know, we've got the Charlo, we've got Lara. There's some with Lara's obviously, yeah, he has seen better days. But, you know, 154, every division, here's the thing about boxing, right? Every single division goes through a weak stage. You're never going to get a division that's always going to be strong. Like, look at the middleweight division when Triple G was the man, right? When he was the man and Sergio Martinez left, you had guys like Andy Lee, David Lemieux, Hassan and Dam. They were kind of the top guys apart from Triple G. You'd Miguel Cotto and Canelo kind of toying around with middleweight, teasing, 154, 155. You'd that going. But in terms of like the guys at the top of the division, they were really, really poor. Middleweight division now is quite good. So you're always going to get stages in boxing regardless when, the division is not going to be great. It's not going to be great. And I meant to actually answer this question from Mark. Your B-Day's on Wednesday. Let's get locked into Phoenix Park. Oh, man. You'll bring the Blue Wicket. Oh, man. I used to love Blue Wicket. That's like, I don't care. Come at me. I used to love it when I was younger. Used to love drinking Blue Wicket. Mix it with a little bit of Jägermeister and we're good to go. Yeah, mix Blue Wicket with a little bit of Jägermeister and we're good to go. Well, oh, man. That's a shout. That's a shout for Wednesday. That is a show for Wednesday. This big boys. You had a good weekend for betting. Pulled off a 9 multi-leg at 15-1. Damn. Oh man. What bets were I? No, I didn't put any bets on this weekend. I had a accumulator ready to go, but I didn't go for it in the end. And I wish I had, because I think someone else would have came through. Has man agreeing with me? Yeah, 154 is in the weak division. It's very competitive. Anyone can beat anyone. Everyone can beat each other. And we've seen that. We've already seen that. So now 154 is a good division. It is. Would I say it's the strongest division out there? No. But like I said earlier, you're not going to get divisions where, it's constantly going to be, one good guy after another. It's not always going to be like that. You're going to get stages where the competition is maybe not that good, but it chops and changes. You give it 1 year, a few of these, prospects who are up and coming turn into contenders. And before you know it, you've got a good division. You have a strong division with full of talent. So you just got to give it a bit of time. Justin says Crawford is king of Nebraska. He's king of Omaha, all right. If you get some fans in, I'll be happy with that. I'll definitely be happy with that if I get to see some fans at this fight. Weakest division is 126 right now. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be inclined to agree with you on that. You got Josh Warrington. Shakur Stevens has moved up. Let's actually go and look at featherweight. Actually, it's really like, when you think about it, there's fuck all there. You've Josh Warrington. You've Navarrete is a good fighter. He will cause some serious trouble in that division. Navarrete, Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, Russell Jr. once a year. You got that Kanzu. Yeah, it is really, when you look at it in context, it really is quite a weak division. It is. You got Conlon knocking around there. He's going to get lit up when he goes to world level. Absolutely lit up. Really, yeah, you've got Josh Warrington and Emmanuel Navarrete, Kid Galahad. Yeah, it's not a great division featherweight, to be honest, which it really isn't. But Mark thinks 105 is weaker. 105, I know we have your man, the undefeated guy, whose name, I know the guy's name, but I can't pronounce it. It's the Thailand guy. But I haven't watched many 105 fights. I've watched the 54-0 guy, whose name I cannot, for the love of me, pronounce. And I will try and pronounce it. But it's like, begins with a C. I know that. But I cannot pronounce it. Like, these Thai names, I swear to God, it's like something like, oh no, I'm not even going to. I know the guy. The 54-0 guy, we'll just call him that. The 54-0 guy, because I cannot pronounce those names. Yeah, Big Dan's in agreement. Just seeing Maxie Hughes is fighting in Dubai in a few weeks after his win over Carroll. Yeah, Jesus, John O'Carroll. Fucking, what do you say about that, man? He showed really that he is leagues and leagues and leagues away from world level. That Scott Quigg, I knew Scott Quigg was shot to pieces when he fought Jono, but that puts it into context really how bad. Seriously, it puts it into context really how bad Scott Quigg slid. When you consider the fact that he goes and fights Maxie Hughes, the next fight, and Maxie Hughes goes and fucking, beats Jono. Beats him. I thought clearly on points. I was like, damn, that's a damning indictment. That shows the level that Jono, that shows the level that Jono's at. And to me, it also shows the level that Scott Quigg had dropped to, because Quigg looked terrible against Jono in that fight. He looked absolutely terrible. Where are we going? We want to actually see. I want to see who he's fighting, who Maxie Hughes is fighting. Because, hey, look, a win's a win. It gets him a payday. It's like that Benute guy, the guy who knocked out Davey Oliver Joyce. Oh, he's fighting a 12-0 guy, Victor Constantgici, I think is how you pronounce it, over in Abu Dhabi on the 10th of October. I'm assuming that's on an IFL card. I'd imagine US ESPN Plus. So yeah, Rowan Dietz is on that as well. Rowan Dietz is from Ireland. Well, he's not from Ireland, but he's based in Ireland. Strongest division is 115. 115 and 135. They're my two favorites at the minute. Obviously, heavyweight, not taking that into consideration. But yeah, 115. That's Mark, for the last few years, that division has just been lit. It's just been on fire the last few years, that division. Yeah, Charlie Edward looks done. I don't even think it's Charlie. I not even think it's that Charlie Edward looks done. I think it's the fact that Charlie Edwards is just not that good. Simple as, like, who has he fought? Seriously, like, who has he fought? He's fought absolutely nobody's. Christoph Ramirez, I think they pronounce the guy's name, is the best name on his resume. He's literally fought nobody's. It's not that he looks done. It's just the fact that he's just not that good, I think. And that scoring was bullshit. 99 to 91. Get the... Oh, that was bullshit. That was serious bullshit. It was a way closer fight than that. It was a way closer fight than that. Yep, Johnny, in agreement. 100% with you there. 100% with you there. A big gun at what the strongest are. I would say 135 and 115. 115's been the strongest for so long. You know, as Mark said, we've got Estrada, Chocolatito, Ioke. Isn't it? Oh, he's back, is he? I thought he retired. Oh, he's back now. Yeah, I thought he hadn't fought in 2 years. Donny Nietes is back. Tatanka, Rumvasai, Ahasa, and yeah, there is loads and loads. And Donny Nietes is back. Yeah, I thought he retired. I know he hadn't fought in 2 years, so I didn't think he was coming back. But look at that. Look at the names there. Estrada, Chocolatito, Ioka, or Akoa, I think they pronounce it. Nietes, Tatanka, Rumvasai, Ahasa. Even like some of the contenders like Israel Gonzalez. Israel Gonzalez robbed against Kaliafai. Even someone like him is a good shout. So, man, yeah, that division, that's just been on fire for years. Carlos Cuadras is fighting Estrada next, as far as I believe. That fight was so good on Superfly. Was it the first Superfly they had 3 years ago? But Cuadras is really, he's seen better days since then. But that first fight was so good. I remember that first fight. And they announced that Cuadras won the fight because they read the cards wrong. They announced Cuadras won the fight when it was Estrada. And anyone who watched that fight would know Estrada won the fight. Estrada is lit. He is, oh man. Davey Oliver Joyce is garbage. He's done what Paddy Barnes did, just a classic Irish guy to just stay in the amateurs too long. That's all he did. He just stayed in the amateurs way too long, and that was that. He cost you on an accumulator. Should have known better. Yeah, well, I think that guy beat TJ Doheny, or TJ Downey is how you pronounce it as well. I forget, from Portlaoise. But if you beat him, TJ Doheny's better than Davey Oliver Joyce. So I always thought that was going to be a risky fight, but he looked done. He looked shot to pieces in that fight. But again, classic example, a bit like Paddy Barnes, stayed in the amateurs way too long, looked absolutely shot to pieces in his first fight. Seriously. Hit the like. Yes, yes, yes. Hit the like, get it up without Miller's Perker pills. Yes, Big Boys Boxing. Smash the like if you haven't already. And yes, like Miller's Perker pills. That's what we're saying. What Miller needs. Oh man, that is when I came out with that excuse, I was like, do you know what, right? Even though we all know Miller's full of shit and he's a bullshitter, he's been on the juice for that long. I'd say down there, man, I'd say down there must be, you'd swear he was having a wank with sandpaper mittens. That's probably what it looks like down there at this stage. Seriously, I'd say it's all types of fucked up. You know? All kinds of messed up down there. Oh man, poor Miller. Yeah, 2 KOs in his last 16 fights. I mean, he's not a puncher really. Yeah, Davey Joyce's punch resistance was gone, man. Shot to pieces. No head. Oh man, he looked terrible. Terrible. Carl Frampton was even saying it. He was like, that was difficult to watch. I've never really seen much of Davey Joyce, to be honest with you. I've seen a few of his fights, but yeah, he never looked too impressive to me. Yeah, and as I said, he upset TJ Doheny and just blasted out Joyce, you know. Irish fighters, they just, yeah, they'll depress you, man. They really will. They will depress you. We really don't have many. We've got some prospects coming up who are, maybe we can give them, you know, we can give them some decent shouts. But in terms of Irish fighters, I mean, yeah, it's not a good scene. You know, it ain't a good scene. You don't think moving to Superfly will make a big difference to last night's shenanigans? Now, we're talking about Charlie Edwards. I mean, he's probably safer at bantamweight than he is at Superfly. If we're talking about Charlie Edwards, he will get absolutely... I mean, that guy at Superfly, he would not want to go anywhere near the champion. He wouldn't want to go anywhere near someone like an Israel Gonzalez at Superfly. Hell no. Man, it'd get absolutely destroyed. Octree got mixed up. Cheers, Dan. I'm assuming oh, you were asking about Baranchek. Yeah, Baranchek. Yeah, looking forward to that fight. That's on next Saturday. And then we have the Matchroom card on. Then on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that Matchroom card. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Dying to see what Buatsi looks like. You know, he's been out of the ring a year. He's fighting a big guy. Like a guy much bigger than him. This Croatian guy he's fighting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he looks in that fight. So next Sunday, and I'm off next Monday as well. So I can enjoy next Sunday's fights. Marco Kalik. I'm looking forward, but that card's it's not great. It's not great at all, actually. I mean, there's no fights on it that really interest me at all. You know, Chantal Cameron. Yeah, that fight, you know, man. Everyone in the chat, if we get Dell in the chat, I know he's aching to watch Chantal Cameron. He can't get enough of women's boxing. And if he listens back to this, you know, let him know. Loves women's boxing. So that's a fight I'm sure Dell's looking forward to. In terms of the rest of the fight, the only fight I'm really interested in is Joshua Buatsi versus Marco Kalik. The rest of them, I couldn't care less. Like Linus Adolphus, I've seen him fight a few times. John Harton Jr., meh. Alan Babish versus Niall Kennedy. Again, not a fight I'm looking forward to. Babish will steamroller the guy. We've got Aquid Fizzy versus Ken Baker. I've seen Baker a few times. He's no great shakes. So there's not really anything on that card that I'm looking forward to, truth be told. You had hopes for Joe Ward, but think he's going to take a few years to get going again. Very unfortunate what happened to him. He was meant to fight on Paddy's weekend. He's meant to fight on Paddy's weekend this year, but obviously Rona put an end to that. Very unfortunate. I mean, like, that was just sad what happened. But there's still hope for him. There's still hope for him. But an injury like that was bad. You got to worry about that. You got to worry about that moving forward. But Joe Ward, I think, you know, he's useful. We can do stuff. You know, Paddy Donovan again is another one I'm thinking. Keep my eye on. Keep my eye on him. Do I think Joyce versus Dubois will happen this year? Buzzy get like I wanna stay positive and say yeah, but that fight needs a gate. Although saying that, Chisora Usyk needed a gate, but they're putting that fight on anyway. You know, so maybe we can get it done. I reckon they will assess the situation and decide if we can't get it on. Put it like this, right? If they can't get it on in December, we'll see Joyce and Dubois fight this year, but they just won't fight each other. They'll just probably get more stay busy fights, and they want to take the stay busy fights against decent opposition. I definitely want to see him against better opposition than they were. I wanted to see Dubois against that Pfeiffer's guy. Was it Richard Pfeiffer or Michelle Pfeiffer? Richard Pfeiffer, fucking Michelle Pfeiffer. I want to see him against that guy and maybe give I don't know, maybe give Joe Joyce, Jonathan Rice or something like that, you know? Something like that. Just stay busy fights with little less risk. Little less risk. Would rather see, what's the guy's name? Would rather see, Big Dan, sorry. That's the guy's name. I obviously know you. Would rather see Smith versus Joyce. Or would I rather see Smith versus Joyce? Yeah, I would rather see Smith versus Joyce, to be honest with you. I like Warrington. He's proved me wrong so many times. You know, I actually thought he beat Lee Selby because I never rated Lee Selby, but I didn't think he'd get to where he is in terms of like world honors. I didn't think he'd get to where he is in terms of world honors. It just says we four. Oh, you're picking. Who am I for? Donaire, I think, will win that fight. Usyk, Chisora, obviously Usyk. Inoue, Maloney might be a bit trickier, but I reckon Usyk or Inoue will win that fight. Definitely Kell Brook and Crawford, not Crawford. AJ versus Pulev. We all know. I reckon AJ will win that fight early, very early, probably first 2 rounds. Seriously, first 2 rounds. Tiafimo versus, yeah, there's so much good stuff, man. We've got a good end of the year. We have a good end of the year. And I did, by the way. I read it just there. Yeah, it's on fire, man. We've got a good end of the year. we got a good end of the year. Like boxing has been shite. It's fair to say it's been shite the last few months. It really has. It's not fun. It wasn't fun during the lockdown, man. It was not fun at all. I was pissed off. That's the honest. I was fucking pissed off during the lockdown that we had no boxing, we'd no news. The desperation for boxing really got to the point where they had that like prize fighter style tournament on in Japan, and I think the start of May, where they were all crap fighters, and I was like, I'll watch it. No, I'll watch it. I was like, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Couldn't find a stream though. Charlie Edwards is fragile. Oh, those Edward boys. I say boys, they're older than me, but I worry about those boys. I really do. It is so cringy as well what they'd be doing. Oh my God. I do worry about those Edward boys. They're some serious beta males. Serious beta males. Burton was too negative. Balansnik deserved the win. I watched bits of that fight. Yeah, Boazzi didn't look good at all. Or Burton didn't look good at all. Jose Burton didn't look good at all in that fight. You hope. Oh no, I read that already. Apologies. The Matchroom card on Sunday interests me as much as I've interest in stamp collecting. Oh, stop. Yeah. Casimero looked the skeleton the way. I wonder how much weight he put on overnight easily. Do you know what? Like, how that guy ever made like light fly or even flyweight amazes me. Man is flipping massive. Guy could easily go up to something. He could definitely featherweight. Easily go up to featherweight. I wonder how his punches would be at that weight, though. What's this say here? Some American channels are ridiculous. A new way would ruin Neary in 4 or 5 rounds. Yeah, Lewis Neary is okay. He's a good fighter, but he's had his problems with weight and drug tests and everything. Demetrius Andre fighting next. Eddie Hearn's failed him badly. Oh, man. Eddie Hearn ain't done a good job now. He really hasn't. But he's getting paid. Like, he won a world title against Kawandakwa, gets a fight against Akabov, then Selecki, and then he fights Luke Keeler. And big up to Luke Keeler as well. I know I've criticized Biff for, his performance against Demetrius Andre, but I got a big Luke Keeler up. Some of the things he's been posting on Twitter, and people know what that is, because I'm not going to talk about it in this stream. I've talked about it in the last 2. I'm not getting into it, but big up to Luke Keeler for some of the work he's been doing on Twitter and some of the things he's been posting. I got to big him up. Let's be honest, they should give us both fights as one pay-per-view. Which one is that now, AA Blunt? I might have missed the comment earlier. Oh, is it this one here? Joe Joyce looked like he was taking it serious. He moved to Billy Nelson. John Joyce. Jesus, I said Joe Joyce. I was wondering. I was like, what? Say what? He's since been on the drink since March. Looks a real mess now. Oh, Jesus. Billy Nelson is a fucking... I don't particularly have much time for him. White Povetkin too, the same day as Spence. Danny, is it? Is that not the 26th, Bark? Are you sure that isn't the 26th? I'm just going to double check it. I'm nearly sure that's the week after, man. Could be the week after. I'll just double check it. I thought that was the same. I thought it was the 26th or something like that. Oh, it is the 21st. Fuck. Why did I think that was I thought that was the 26th. Gee, man, did I have Edwards beating Williams? I thought he lost personally. I thought it was close, man. I thought Williams was doing great work in that fight. I thought he was roughing Edwards up from early on in the fight. I couldn't believe... When I heard 99-100, I was like... No, it was 99-91. I was like... It was Bob Williams as well who refereed it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, how? How can you as a referee, when you're right there and thinking the action, score it like that? Edwards looked shocking. It was close. Like, I probably... If I had to pick, man, I would have just given it to Edwards. I thought Edwards might have slightly nicked it, but I was like, maybe they'll give it to Williams as well. Like, he had Edwards buzz in that 3rd round. Like, he's putting work in. And I was like, yeah, personally, and I was like, what the fuck? When I heard 99-91, I was like, come on now. What the fuck? Like, you're there in the flipping thick of the action. How the hell can you, like, 1 round, really? 1 fucking round you gave to Williams, really? 1 fucking round. That was bullshit. Yo, Stunner, what's up? What's up? Shout out to you. Just arrived. Charlie Edwards was given hell by Williams. Did you see it? Yeah, I watched it. I watched that, and then I was watching that at the same time I watched a little bit of Filip Hrgovic, and I was just like, Charlie Edwards looking shit. He's looking shit, and he was saying that, you know, oh, I'm really a super fly. You know, it's one of the reasons. It's like, man, you're gonna get absolutely battered at super fly as well. That's not me trying to sound like, you know, I'm being a prick, but seriously, like they're killers in that division. Killers. You might buy Spence Craft. The undercard's good. I reckon they'll do a good undercard. I do. We haven't had any undercard fights announced yet for that, but I reckon it'll be a good undercard. If the Charlo fight is anything, the Charlo card's anything to go by, we'll get some good fights on that card. We will. We will. What was it? You would like to see your boy Denzel Bentley the box Luke Keeler after he beats Heffron next? Oh, yeah. Him against Keeler. Big up. I mind saying, love to see what Luke Keeler does next. You know? Definitely. And again, big up to Luke Keeler for the work he's been putting in on Twitter. I have to big him up. You know, big up guys like that. Big up guys like him, Adam Boot, Josh Taylor as well. I love the mask he wore at the weigh-in. That was brilliant. So I'm big in those guys. They need to be bigged up seriously. They seriously need to be bigged up. So that's just it's been it's just been so much fun to be able to just talk about boxing again and really like have a good chat with you guys. You get me through my Sunday. You know, you get me through my Sunday. The Davis Cruz card isn't good. They're progressing around. I think Barras is fighting too. Oh man, yeah, that's on the. I don't know why. Why do I think that they're going to move that card, Big Dan? Because it's the same night as the UFC. Why do I think they're going to move that card? I'm not even looking forward to Davis versus Santa Cruz either. I think Davis is going to just walk straight through Santa Cruz. Just no, I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. I want to say actually as well, guys, right? Tomorrow, I'm hoping to get this video out tomorrow, but I've been working today on a different type of video, or you'll know what it's about tomorrow when you see it. I don't know how long it's going to be. It might be longer than 15 minutes because I'm still recording it. So I'm recording it in snippets because there's going to be a lot in it that's not necessarily just me talking. I'm doing it on specific fighters, right? So I'm hoping that if I can get it all edited and done and recorded tonight, because I still have a lot more recording to do, which I'm going to do straight after I finish up here. I should have it uploaded tomorrow. But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I think you guys might like it. So something that you have to look forward to tomorrow. If I don't have it up for you tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. Like, the goal is to get it recorded all tonight and hopefully edit it all in the one night, because I got a lot of the stuff I already need, because I'm going to have to edit the shit out of this. But hopefully I'll get it up for you guys tomorrow. And you'll know straight away when you see the title of what it is. And I think you'll like what's in it as well, because it's a different kind of spin. It's still me sitting on my armchair talking about a boxer. It's not necessarily a career review. It's something kind of like that. So that's coming tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully tomorrow, if I can get it all recorded this evening, which I should actually, because there's not much more I need to record. And I've got all the snippets I need. It's just a case of just finishing off the editing, and then we should be good to go with that. We should be good to go. So I'm hoping to keep it in around the 20-minute mark as well. But yeah, we are here. How long have we been on this stream for? 63 minutes. We've just gone over the hour. So I'm thinking maybe calling it quits here, although there's more chats coming in. So I'll answer these, so have no fear. Where is it? Where's that's not even on screen? Oh yeah, there we go. Give me fight. Yeah, give me fight. I think that's what Santa Cruz versus Davis. Oh man, I lost his name there. Gervonta Davis is on the Form PT. Shout out on the Form PT. If you have a YouTube channel and you're doing PT on YouTube, big shout out to you. That's one thing as well. Before I read your comment, right? If anyone does know someone with a YouTube channel that they're just starting out, doesn't even have to be boxing, or anyone has like a business or anything like that they want me to shout out, feel free to leave it in like comments of any of my videos, or feel free to just comment it in the chat or anything like that. I will be much obliged to shout anyone out. You know me, I don't, and especially now that the views are getting back to where they should be, in the high hundreds / thousands, which is where like they were pre-lockdown. Now we're getting back there. At least with that, I know I can get like my point across. At least I can get like some semblance of stuff over to some of the guys. So if anyone knows anyone with channels or anything like that, or any businesses they want me to shout out or anything like that, doesn't have to be in Ireland, it can be anywhere. Just even go on my main page, like on my channel page, and my email address is there. Feel free to drop me an email or anything like that. So, G-Man, if you were a gambling man, would you put money on Smith? No, hell no. Hell no. Not this year, man. Next year, definitely. Definitely next year. Are both getting gimme fights. Yeah, they're both getting gimme fights. Definitely. Hell no. They wouldn't put that fight on this year. No way. Definitely next year. Definitely next year. Yes, definitely next year. In terms of who I think they'll fight, I mean, give me a sec. We'll look at middle. We'll look at super middle, because I'm assuming they will. Where were we? We go on to BoxRec. I'm assuming they're not going to give him great super middles. They'll probably just take some. I mean, look at the guy Billy Joe fought in his last fight. That was a middleweight. Yeah, that was a middleweight he fought. Forget the guy's actual name, but it was a flipping middleweight. Who do we have? Maybe Chudanov or Monroe, Willie Monroe, although Billy Joe's already fought him, so they might feed him to Callum Smith. You've Jurgen Bramer knocking around. You've David Lemieux, Hassan Adam, Martin Murray. In fact, actually, I wouldn't even rule that out. Probably Billy Joe versus Martin Murray or someone like that. But I wouldn't rule that one out. Wouldn't rule that one out at all. Super middleweight division ain't great, truth be told. It's not great at all. Maybe even Rocky Fielding. Maybe they'll give, Martin Murray or Willie Monroe to Callum Smith. Maybe they'll just chuck Rocky Fielding in there with Billy Joe. They're going to be gimme fights, so they're not going to be anyone competitive. Man, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Anytime off form PT. Appreciate that, man. Anytime. Saunders versus Parker, Zach Parker. Actually, yes, that I did think about that, but Zach Parker's nowhere near world title level. His last fight against that Australian guy, that was really that was Commonwealth level, truth be told. Although it was an eliminator for the WBO title, that was really Commonwealth level, truth be told. That's what that was. Sorry about that, peeps. I had to go and switch the fire off in the sitting room. We have an electric fire, and fuck me, it's hot in here. So I was like, nope, can't take it anymore. So apologies if I went quiet there. Yeah, that was really a Commonwealth fight. Without the title being on the line, that was a Commonwealth fight. Zach Parker's never impressed me. Never impressed me at all. He's always looked fairly basic, fairly, just a European / European level fighter. I thought he was absolutely gifted against Darryl Williamson. That was a robber. That was a horrible robbery. Horrible robbery. Billy Joe's on his fight in 28 or 5th of December. Yeah. Shout out to you, Big Nanks. You told me that in one of the comments sections of one of my videos. So shout out for that. I appreciate that. And you think Caleb Plant is the best super middleweight? I'm going to agree with you on that. On form, they won't fight this year each other. You can bet your gaff on it. Yeah. Oh, no. When I saw that, and it was like, betting man, was it this year? I was like, hell no. Hell no are they going to fight this year. Not a chance. No way. And again, if they put it on this year, that'd be a pay-per-view. So they would definitely do a pay-per-view. So could you imagine that? Seriously, could you imagine that? October pay-per-view, Chisora Usyk pay-per-view. So if Chisora Usyk pay-per-view, Dillian Povetkin pay-per-view, we've AJ versus Pulev pay-per-view. Then we'd have Smith and Saunders pay-per-view. Oh no, no way. They wouldn't do that. They couldn't do it. They could not do that at all. So what are we at? We are at, we're over an hour in here. I think I'm going to call it here. Unless anyone else wants to ask me anything or anything like that, I'm probably going to call it quits here. This has been fun. Let's talk about boxing episode 10. I'm going to do another one of these Wednesday for definite. It's my birthday, so we're going to do a birthday live stream. Might even bring Might even bring this on. Right there. Yeah, might even bring the camera on because I have the camera facing, so I can bring that on. So I might even bring that on. But for now, we're going to keep it like this. We're going to keep it like this. Oh yeah, Mark has a question. What's your question? Fire away. But I'll. Can you imagine if Matchroom did Estrada? Oh yeah, that'd be. Oh man, that would be serious. Estrada Gonzalez 2 in February, Smith Saunders in March, and Warrington Kanzu in April. Can Jamal Charlo beat Golovkin? I think at this stage now, yes, I do. I genuinely, I think he could beat Golovkin now at this stage. A few years ago, like when Charlo, I think was Charlo mandatory in 2017 when he moved to middleweight. He was mandatory for Golovkin before Golovkin fought Canelo. Back then, I think Golovkin would have won, but I think Golovkin slowed down so much. Like, we'll need to see how he looks against that Polish guy whose name I can't pronounce. I'm sure you know the guy's name. I just can't pronounce the guy's name. He's mandatory if he fights him before the end of the year. We need to see how he looks. But, man, honest to God, like, at this stage now, I would go with Charlo to beat Triple G. I would. I think Canelo will beat Triple G too. I think Triple G, I think his time is done, man. Honestly, that's serious. I think Triple G's time is done. So that's what I'm thinking of it. I look at the middleweight division. Middleweight division is a good division. You know, it really is. It's a good little division. But who is that Polish guy that Triple G is meant to be fighting? What is his name? I'm gonna have to fucking filter this shit down to Poland because I can't remember the guy's name. So wait and see. I'll filter this to Poland. The Mark will have put his name in the chat. Wait until you see. What is the guy's name? Is it the guy who is? No, it's the Kamal guy, isn't it? That Kamal Cesari guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that guy. That's the way to see how Triple G looks against him. Yeah. I knew it. Penciled in for the 21st, I believe. That's going to be in the States, definitely. Definitely in the States. So that'll be part of, yeah, that'll be on Sky, definitely. I'm looking forward to that. I'll see how Golovkin looks. Need to see how Golovkin looks in that fight. The guy is not really a puncher. So you'd imagine Golovkin won't be worried about getting hit. What does Ivan Thomas say? Does Joseph Parker have the dog in him to be any kind of world contender again? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. He needs... That Chisora fight might have got a bit of dog in him. If he got that, but he needs a lot more dog in him. You know, he really does. That Dylan White fight, he could have won that fight. But he just needs more dog in him. He really, truly does. I think he needs to change trainer too. I think he's been with Kevin Barry way too long. I think, seriously, maybe Teddy Atlas might be a good shout. I think if anyone's going to get dog in you, it's Teddy Atlas. If anyone's going to motivate you, it's Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas is a very overbearing character, but I think if you need to get a bit of dog in a fighter, maybe Teddy Atlas would be the man to go for. Seriously. Luis Nery versus Ray Vargas. Luis Nery, definitely. I've not been impressed with Ray Vargas at all, really. You know, ever since he fought, the first time I seen was when he fought Gavin McDonald. I've never really been impressed with Ray Vargas. So I would go with Luis Nery in that fight. Luis Nery ain't amazing, but he's better than Ray Vargas, I think. Definitely. So, peeps, definitely going to end it here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Big Dan. Shout out to Unrival. Shout out to Visual Takes, actually, if he's still here, because I know he doesn't tend to comment a lot, but he's always listening, so shout out to him. Shout out to Off Form PT. Now, we got a lot of good guys. AA, we got a big shout out to him. Who else do we have? Of course, we've got Hassman Boxing. We've got to give a shout out to him. Shout out to him every day of the week, every time. Big Boys, he's got a YouTube channel, so go over there and give him a thumbs up. Go over and smash the like button on him. Johnny Boy, fucking love Johnny Boy. Always good to have him in the chat. And as I said, yeah, if I can't get any more, I can't get any higher on the thing. But shout out to all those guys. Like Big Dan says, see you lad. Bartha, see you lad. Legend G-Man. Shout out every time. In a bit, G-Man and chat. Shout out. Just coming to the end. We'll catch up later. Man, stay on the channel. It's there for everyone to listen to. Hope all you guys enjoyed it. You don't need to apologize, man. You can listen to it later. It's staying on the chat. It's been 100% boxing as well. So there's nothing to worry about. It's 100% boxing. We've not gone on any rants and we've not deviated from the script. Nice one, G-Man, Bruce Lee. Great channel, man. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I will talk to you tomorrow. You'll get some videos tomorrow regardless. And of course, we'll see you Wednesday. Next stream is Wednesday. Wednesday is going ahead regardless. We're streaming Wednesday, right? We're streaming Wednesday. Peace all. Epic man. I'll talk to you. Shout out, boys. Enjoy your evening.